Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the video. What if you guys today is a brand new Division video, and today I decided to make a video talking about the 5 most underrated weapon talents in patch 1.5 that are actually really good. So the weapon talents I am going to be mentioning are those weapon talents that are kind of forgotten in the Division and not really a lot of people use. Like most people that you see using a weapon either have like ferocious, brutal, deadly, pretty much like damage talents. But today, like I said, I am going to go over some talents that are really underrated and I would really recommend using them on one of your builds. So if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. Coming up first, we have Dominant. Now this is a weapon talent that requires 3098 firearms and 3098 electronics. Now the electronics are kind of high, and I know that most people are not going to have this high of electronics, but if you do, you should try this out, because every kill performed while your signature skill is activated, it reduces the cooldown of your other skill by 10%. So for example, if you pop a pulse and your first aid is not up yet and you really need it, anytime you get a kill with this, it is going to reduce the cooldown by 10%. In my opinion, this would be mostly a PvE weapon talent, not a PvP, because like I said, for PvP you want anything and everything that does with damage. Now this once again helps only your signature skills, so for anything like the incursions or the underground, I would recommend trying out this weapon talent. Coming up next, we have Meticulous. Now Meticulous is a really good weapon talent that came really popular in 1.4. In my opinion, I would only recommend using this on LMGs, because you guys know LMGs have a lot of bullets in its magazine, and what this weapon talent does is killing a target has a 25% chance to instantly refill your magazine. So, with 150 bullets, whenever you're spraying at enemies and getting kills, you have a higher chance of, the magazine automatically getting reloaded than if you're using like a marksman rifle or a assault rifle. Moving on down, we have one of the most underrated weapon talents in 1.4, and I have no idea why no one uses this talent. I love using this on submachine guns the most because it's really clutch, and especially if you pair this with Savage Gloves, this weapon talent goes in really well. So what it is, it's Fierce. Now what Fierce does is your critical hit chance is increased by 5% when using this weapon talent. So whenever you have Savage Gloves, that's 7%, and whenever you have Fierce on one of your weapons, that's an extra 5% right there. So in total, you get 12% of critical hit chance just for using two things. I would mainly recommend using this for PvP if you're going, rogue and stuff like that, but you might as well use it in PvE and see how it is. Moving on next, we have Adept. Now Adept is one of those weapon talents once again, which requires you a lot of electronics. This requires 3098 electronics, which once again, like I said, is pretty high, but what it does is using a skill increases your critical hit chance by 7.50% for 15 seconds. So once again, this kind of pairs up with Savage Gloves and the Fierce weapon talent. So in my opinion, if you have like Fierce, Adept, and like maybe Deadly or Ferocious or something like that on your weapon, and you are using Savage Gloves, you are going to be getting critical hit chances up the ass. Like you are going to be getting so much if you're using some machine guns or LMGs or anything like that. Obviously with Adept, it only works for 15 seconds after you use your skill, but honestly, if you have a pretty nice skill power build, maybe with around 80,000-90,000 skill power, you are going to be getting your skills pretty quickly, so you could just keep spamming them and you're going to be getting extra critical hit chance thanks to this weapon talent. Last but not least, we have one of my favorite weapon talents in 1.4, and that is Unforgiving. Now Unforgiving is always one of those weapon talents that you really don't want on your weapon, but if you do have it and you have no choice of using it, it's actually pretty good. What it does is missing your health segments increases your damage, so pretty much one missing segment increases your damage by 10%, two missing segments increases your damage by 25%, so that is a lot, especially if you're one of those players that kind of sits back behind your teammates and stuff like that. Whenever you get shot, you don't right away have to use your heal or anything like that. You are going to be doing way more damage, and this is really helpful. But that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below which of these weapon talents is your favorite and why. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.